Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. Again, going back into Inferno 3 of the GOBTA beatdown battle, where they have a lot of health, they do a lot of attacks, and they have some weird gimmicks like, passive healing and the big time skill seal and all that, and Ranga is stacking a whole bunch of damage on everybody, which sounds very scary. But we have been able to do it with multiple teams now. We've done it with two blue-focused teams, being the meta and that stacking Konosuba-ish team, Fount of Wisdom, whatever. And then we did it with the Vengeance team, which it's a very easy, cheesy team. Don't die, and they kill themselves with the Vengeance stacks. Well, today, we're going to ensure that we take almost zero damage. And how do we take even less damage than the Vengeance team? Well, we do that by being literally invincible, using everyone's favorite team, the Idol team. So we've got Idol Rimuru, Mirai, Tsubasa, Shizuka. We've got the new Shuna, not a necessary unit by any means, but we put her on because she is also on Pretty Sparkle. And then we've got Idol Shuna. So all 5 characters are on the Pretty Sparkle meta, which will get the invincibility buff from Idol Rimuru. So no matter who is up front, what we're doing, they will be invincible. And we've also made it so turn 1, right, we have the 4 blue orbs and the 2 greens, and normally the Idol team wouldn't be able to do anything with that. But we've swapped out Dark Milim for Water Soe, who gives us 6 extra skill points on turn 1. And that gives us a starting amount of 36. Well, Shuna, her big, Tempest Elite orb change costs 35 points. And you know who's on Tempest Elite? Both of these Shunas. Guess who we can swap in for the first 2 slots and make a full 6-hand of blues? These 2 Shunas. So let's go ahead and do that now. So that ensures we have a lot of Rimuru gauge on turn 2 to be able to use and start cycling very quickly. Now, you don't need to bring the new Shuna. You could very easily replace her with Isis and use the green buff skill, and that would also probably help you cycle even better, because we're going to be sending greens from that point forward. And the new Tempest Elite Shuna literally does nothing, except that first turn. So this turn right here, we're going to swap Mirai and Tsubasa out for both of the Shunas. Doesn't matter who's first. Fire Shuna is obviously type advantage, being fire, but now we have 36 points, we could get a full hand of blues there. Shizuka was not affected by that because she didn't have any of those green orbs. And we're going to send this, and this will get us started on our nice merry roller coaster of invincibility. Counters, doesn't matter. Even if we take damage, Shizuka has the heal, right? Her weakness buff also has a 35% heal attached to it. So whatever damage we do take, we will heal it back. Eventually. Before, we'll heal someone else first maybe. But we're going to heal. And we're going to give Fire Shuna more and more and more weakness buff because she is type advantage. So here, new Shuna goes away and she never comes back, right? That's why she's unnecessary. You don't need her. Bring Isis. Bring the free-to-play Isis unit because she's really good for this team. And now, we're invincible. Now we're invincible. And now we have a full 6 mana greens. Now we have live mode active, so we're getting stacking 12% attack across the board for all these characters, including Fire Shuna. And now we're just going to start targeting. This team is going to take a while, though. It's going to take a while to do so, because we don't have any super big-time buffs. The biggest buff we have on this team is the synergy buff from Shuna, and we can't use that here. We could use the Pierce buff if we wanted to with the new Shuna, but we don't have to. And, oh yeah, we don't take any damage. It's difficult. It's difficult to lose with this team, unless you were, legitimately going into a stage that nerfs greens. If the stage is not built to run on greens, that's the only way you would lose with this team. But the stage doesn't nerf greens, and I think they did that on purpose because they knew the Vengeance team was going to rerun. And a side effect of rerunning the Vengeance and leaving greens open is that you also allow the idols to run wild. It's not going to score you very high in Jubilee, but if you just need a team to beat Inferno 3 and you have access to this, or even portions of it where half the team is invincible, you can cheese your way through this. Very simply. Very, very simply. Because, we have the stacking attack buff, and we can, trade off between using Mirai's one turn, and then while that's cooling down and getting reset, we can use Shizuka's, and we can use Shizuka's weakness buff, so we're back on Mirai now. We have an ult for Shizuka. We could send it now. We could hold it with Shuna's ult swap ability. Doesn't really matter. Like, Shizuka's not here to do damage. She's lowering magic resistance, which is cool. We're on, what, 4 turns in. We haven't done that much to Trya. She has guard up. But she is the one I want to kill first. Because when she gets low, she does put that continuous heal on. And we were not able to use Rimuru there. Because I was holding it. Because this is the turn that I need Rimuru. This is the turn I need to be invincible for, is the AoE ult turn. So, we're going to do that. We're going to heal back all that damage that we took on Shizuka with Shizuka's own skill. We're going to use the ult swap now. We'll get Mirai's EX ult. We'll get Shuna's normal ult next turn. We'll change all these. Let's change that one orange to green. And we can't die. We can't even take damage. We can't even take damage if we tried right now. Counterattack doesn't matter. Oh no, what are we going to do? Shuna's now doing 13k a hit. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. 27k right there. And now AoE ults. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Oh, follow-up attack. Oh no. They've lowered our synergy and our crit damage. Whatever shall we do? Oh, we don't need it. We will kill. Eventually. Slowly, but surely. So here, another live mode. We could bring in the other Shuna and use the Pierce buff here if we really, really wanted to. Nothing's stopping us. We could swap her out for Shizuka, but I want Shizuka to get her skills reset. So we're going to leave everyone up front. And now Trya is going to be either dead or very close to death. So EX ult from normal ult, 97k, not a lot. EX ult, 87k, not a lot. But we've done a decent chunk of her damage, 16k a hit now with Shuna. And then 34.8, and we're looking pretty good. Alright, AoE. Oh, wait, we're invincible. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. We're 6 turns in, the video's halfway over. We haven't killed one person yet, and we're already on turn 7. It doesn't matter, though, because what is important is that we will survive. That is the important part. And now that we've continually buffed Shuna up for the last couple turns, she will do a lot more damage. And we nuked last turn. We're going to ult this turn as well. And now she's got extra stats. So boom, now she does 144k. This team is dumb, right? If you can run this team, it's dumb. It's super dumb. And Trya is almost dead there. But she's not quite dead, which means that we don't activate her heal yet. I think it's when someone else dies, one of their big time effects comes into play. So Trya will probably die here. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, I think she dies. So then, we would just have to contend with Milim and Ranga, who are not that scary. Like, Milim has that big time seal. We don't have any 80-point skills on this team, so I don't care. Alright? Trya should be dead with this orb. Yeah, 34k through the guard. Trya's dead. Alright. There's the healer gone. And now, do we take out Milim as the sealing unit, or do we take out Ranga as the damaging unit? It doesn't really matter, because we can't take damage anyway, and we can't be sealed on skills that we don't have. So, now we're checking. Who does what? Who's got more to give than the other? I think we target Ranga next. So we're going to swap the ult, we're going to weak strike, we're going to live mode, and we're going to, again, just keep on being invincible. Keep on keeping on. More Rimuru, more greens, more magic attack, and slowly but surely we are going to do a literal butt ton of damage with idle Shuna. We have another EX ult. We have an ult for everybody here, actually. Shuna's doing now 36k a hit, so a lot more than the 16k we were doing 4 turns ago. 76k. Neither of these units have guard now, so we can do full damage here. Oh no. Our synergy and our crit power has been reduced even more. I don't even know what it's at now. I don't know how high it goes. I think it's just continuous. But let's do another live mode. Let's do another future hand of greens. And then we have 3 ults to send here. And now Shuna, with all of her buffs that she's been getting for the past 10 turns, she's going to do a lot of damage now. A lot of damage. Plus we can lower the magic resistance with Shizuka first. And then we'll send everything else. So, how much does Shizuka do? 54k? Not great. But then Mirai, 161, pretty good. And Shuna does 224. And he's dead on this 200% orb. Right? Yeah, 108k there. Alright. And it looks like we have not taken a single bit of damage here this entire time. Right, as it looks right now. We've been sealed, or we've been, debuffed even more. Doesn't matter. We used the Future Hand of Greens already, so we don't have to worry about it. And we'll just send this, because now that we only have one unit left, she doesn't do that much. We don't have Reamer to use anyway, but we took out the damage buffer, we took out the healer, so it's left Millum. Scary, right? So 5,600 damage, I mean, that's a decent amount. We synergy there for 1 damage, so that's the bad downside. 123k though on a 200% orb. We took about 11,000 damage right there, which is a lot. So there is danger, this far into the fight, because they do have buffs still. It's just that Ranga gives them a lot of buffs, a lot of extra buffs. So that's why he was target number 2, apart from the healer. But now, we can bring Tsubasa in. She has an attack buff that's been maxed out for a while now. 60% attack plus everything. So now Shuna's going to go buck wild. And this is it. Game over. It took 12 turns, yeah, but no one died. Shizuka got a little bit close because we didn't have a turn of Rimuru, but, if you brought Ices, maybe you wouldn't have that issue because we'd have the green buff almost active the entire time. 350k on the single target ult. And, yeah, there you go, guys. The Idol team. Limited because Pretty Sparkle isn't a big team, and obviously you can't get the idols anymore. But if you do have them, or a kind of team where it is like Bride, Shuna, and Dark Millum or something, instead of maybe Shizuka and Mirai or Shuna or whatever, you can get away with it, and it'll just take you longer, but it'll certainly work. So there is the idols clearing Inferno 3 pretty easily, pretty handedly. Let me know what you guys think, but that's it for me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.